is also...
My name is not Amako.
Owusu Hini, I nearly gave him a second passport. These days, second passports are in the news. But this man has only one passport. It's Kofi Owusu Hini.
I have two passports by the same name.
By the same, thank you very much. Which is very, very legit. Yes. Kofi Owusu Hini, CEO of Consumer Protection Agency, aka Kofi Capital, and Edgar Redu, insurance marketer, who I believe has one name, unless he has a diplomatic passport as well. How are you, gentlemen?
Yeah, we're good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Very well. Before I even get your take on what's on your mind, first of all, I'd like you guys to hold these things. Pass one on to your man.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's charcoal.
Yeah. You keep it there. We'll talk about it later. There's an issue involving the police and their behavior at checkpoints, and an allegation by a citizen of Ghana against the police. I want you to listen to the audio of the encounter that he had with the police during one of the checkpoints visitations. And there was a response also from the police with a statement. And I want you to listen very carefully to this audio of a man's experience with the police one of these previous nights.
Guys, good evening. I'm Dr. Patrick. I see you do. It's been a while. Yeah. Guys, there's something that happens to me and I feel like sharing it. I think it will happen to anybody. So I feel like sharing it. Okay, so this will happen. Friday, I was coming from Trasako. Then I wanted to use the motorway to hit the main road. I stay at Kwashiman so that I can get home fast. So I met these policemen on the road. There are 4 in number, and they asked me to pull over. I did. When they came, they said I should come down from the car. They want to search me and search the car. I wasn't comfortable with it, but I'm sorry. Maybe it will be long, but try to. Listen to it. It can help you. It can happen to anybody. I wasn't comfortable with it, but I feel like they are doing their work. So let me come out from the car. So I did as they said. And they went straight to my car, they checked it, and in just seconds I was there, and this policeman called me that I should come. And when it was like, okay, we can see that you have your tie, and he said, you're a doctor, right? I said, oh, yes. I said, okay, Mr. Doctor, we don't have any problem with you, but what is this weed doing in your car? And I was like, what do you mean? He said, look under your seat. What is this weed doing there? And what is this cocaine doing over there? It was like cocaine and weed in my car. And it was like, yeah, look. Yes, and I watched it, and it was there. I found the weed and the cocaine there. And I was like, what? Cocaine and weed? What is this thing doing in my car? I have no any idea about it. And besides, my car is holding me. I don't even have that closest friend that I can say that, okay, I pick him, we go to party or something like that we will smoke or we will use cocaine. No. And they still insist that no, it's for me. I said, no, I have no any idea about it. And they was like, okay, if that's the case, you have to pay 20,000. Otherwise, we will send you to the station and we will send you to Narcotics and Drugs Board. And after murder, drugs is the second highest degree offense. So you can spend 15 years in jail. So pay 20,000 so that we allow you to go. And I was like, this is whack. What do you mean? And this policeman was like, I should force touch the substance. And I said, I'm not going to do it. They should wait. So I called my brother. My brother is at the Southern Command of the Ghana Armed Force. So I called my brother. My brother came with his boys, and it was like, so you found this thing in my brother's car? And they said yes. And they said, okay, then we should, what's next? And they said, the thing is, we have to go to the station. Or either he paid 20,000 or we have to go to the station. And my brother was like, okay, no problem. Let's proceed to the station. When we got there, we wrote a statement, and my brother was like, so what? They said, oh, we should go to Narcotics and control something board. So we were on our way going, then we got a call from their commander. He said that we should meet somewhere. So we arranged and we met. When we met, their commander was like, what exactly happened? And my brother explained it to them. And my brother told them that, hey, you people, I know my brother very well. So if you people don't tell the truth, this case will go wherever that it will go. And their commander was like, my brother should calm down. I don't know what happened. My brother was seriously angry and was like, we should go and do fingerprint. No, he's not listening to anything. You should go straight out and go and do fingerprint. So we went to the narcotic and they conducted the fingerprint, and it was their fingers and is on it. When they checked mine, they didn't find any trace. So my brother called them again. He was like, hey, you people should tell the truth. We are all in this service. I want to know the truth in it. And one guy was like, hey, he is a Muslim, inshallah. He can never implant anything in my car. And the other guy started crying. It was like, hey, we are very sorry. We are very, very sorry. We are very, very sorry. It's really that we put it in his car. And my brother was like, so you put the weed in my brother's car? What for? And the policeman was like, that's what they do to extort money from people, especially foreigners. So my brother was like, this is whack. So you people intentionally plant weed and cocaine in people's car, and later on you accuse them that it is for them, and by force you force them to touch the substance so that when they conduct fingerprint there will be a trace. Wow. Then their commander came, and their commander was like, they are very sorry. They are very, very sorry. They are very, very sorry. And my brother was like, no. And their commander was like, every amount that my brother will quote, they will pay. They shouldn't send it to anywhere. And my brother slapped him. So it turned to a fight. And my brother handcuffed all of them. Because my brother came with his boys there, about 7 soldiers. And they were armed. And they were having handcuffed on them. So they handcuffed them. Then they brought them to East Legon police station. And they said, no. How the case is, they have to send them to Accra Central. And they begged my brother. My brother said, no. This thing will go wherever that it will go. So now the matter is with them. And I was able to, vindicate, and I was able to come home. Charlie, brothers and sisters, as at now, I'm still on bed. Since Friday up to now, the trauma alone, I'm still on bed. Because come and see this policeman threatening me that if I don't pay that 20,000 Ghana cedis, I will spend 15 years in jail. Imagine if my brother didn't intervene. Or imagine if I'm just a normal person who doesn't know anything, who just found himself in Ghana here for holidays or something, and he doesn't have anybody to call. These people will force you to touch the substance, and later on they will accuse you. Please, let's be very careful. Let's be very, very careful. Share this audio to whoever that it may concern. Ghana police, they are implanting weed and cocaine in people's car. Do you know their tricks? They will force you to touch it so that when they conduct a distant fingerprint, they will find your trace. And definitely you have nothing to say because it was found in your car. Let's be very careful. Ghana police are very dangerous. Let's be very, 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 very careful. Ghana police are very, very, very dangerous. This is what they are doing. And they will quote 20,000 if you don't pay, and they will start telling you that if you don't pay, do you know that you can spend 15 years in jail? When you say after working drugs and another higher degree offense. And when you say drugs, you do bail, and they will be start saying things to humiliate you. And if you don't have, you see, at one point in time, they want to seize my phone, but I have already called reinforcement. So they seize the phone, but they don't know that I've already made a call and I've already shared my live location long time. Because what they were doing over there, I realized that my life was in danger. Charlie, let's be very careful, friends. It can happen to everybody. Let's be very careful. And from henceforth, if a policeman want to search your car, please, natare na eshero na yeso ota no mane mbubu atare ni nkosro. Oh, better so maninye. Maka chen say upese ye call police station. No mo ko search wo ho. And at night, be very careful. When a policeman stop you at night, be very, very careful. Omo ya kromfo, they can even kill you and take your car. Because they are not all yet chairman. After the catch me say, if I misbehave, they will shoot me. And I was like, wow. So I no cry shame me brother. I say into police officer no catch and say, so misbehave will be kunu. After the or saying, oh yeah, sorry. Then their commander came. And their commander was begging. Everybody was begging. They were begging. And my brother said, no, this thing will go to wherever I want to go. Wherever that you want to go, this case will go. Say a person movement will rot in jail. People will rot in jail. Because if you don't do this to serve as a listener, you go and do it to a normal person, and that person who can't pay that money, and you force that person to touch the substance, and definitely when they conduct fingerprints, that person trace will be found, and definitely the law will deal with the person, and the person will go to jail innocent. This is what is happening in Ghana. You people should be very careful. I am still on bed. Just it's like I'm broken down. I'm broken down. Charlie, let's be very careful. Ghana is not safe like the past. Ghana police are not correct than police for any more. No, now no Ghana police for more than for and robbers. The winning as if on a shisha man for later on they will accuse you.
Okay, so this is an experience of one Dr. Asiedu, and the police has responded to this. So in a press release dated 17th January, which is yesterday, signed by Grace Ansa Akrofi, Assistant Commissioner of Police and Director of Public Affairs, the attention of the police service has been drawn to an audio tape in which it is alleged some police officers planted substances suspected to be narcotics in a vehicle of a member of the public and attempted to extort money from him. The police administration immediately launched investigations into the matter, and our initial checks at the stations mentioned in the audio, East Legon and Accra Central Police Stations, have revealed that no such complaint has been made there. 3. As part of the investigation, the police have also contacted the Narcotics Control Commission and the Ghana Armed Forces, and both institutions have indicated that no such incident has come to their attention. 4. The investigation is still ongoing, and so far, all efforts to identify the victim of the alleged incident, the said Dr. Patrick Asiedu, have been unsuccessful. We therefore wish to entreat the victim and any other person with relevant information on the incident to contact telephone number, and the telephone number is 0200 416 504. 0200 416 540. I repeat the number again. 0200 416 540. That's the number to assist the police investigations. This is a temporary number dedicated solely to this investigation. The number again is 0200 416 540. We wish to assure the public that the police service, in its quest to become an institution worthy of respect and trust in the country and a reference point for the rest of the world, will not condone any unprofessional conduct amongst its officers, and the service is determined to get to the bottom of this matter. We would like to once again urge the public to continue to support us in our transformational journey. So this is the response, very swift response. The audio went out yesterday, and I spoke to my sources in the police service, and they said yes, they were working on it. A release was going to come out, and indeed that is the release that has come out. Have you had a similar experience? Know from you, 055-556-1034. I want to hear from my panelists who are here. The boss of the Consumer Protection Agency, Kofi, aka Kofi Capito. Your arms are folded. What do you think of this?
The story is far-fetched. Mm-hmm. Too many holes, punching holes in here. Your brother is a military guy. He comes, he doesn't identify himself. I'm not to exonerate the police, but he's a medical doctor. He's not a PhD doctor. Finding a medical doctor is very, very easy. Go to the Ghana Medical, whatever. They have the list of all doctors. Anybody who has been through the medical school with that name is obviously to trace. It's not that difficult. Police misbehaving sometimes, yes. I'm not going to sit here and say it hasn't happened. This is some old trick that sometimes the CIDs and stuff would some. I've heard people say that, because they wanted to arrest them, they say, let me search you. As he puts his hands in your pocket, he'll come up with something that this is you, and Yeah, but this whole story, look, I'm not going to waste my time on it.
Go, Edgar.
Well, basically, I think, as Kofi said, there are quite a lot of problems with the story, but that is not to say that it may not be true, okay? I personally have had some 1 or 2 encounters with these police guys, all right? Within my area, today they are the east, tomorrow they are the west. All right, I've seen them a few times. You get there and then they'll tell you that Well, those say that, look, okay, you're trying to search for arms. They'll tell you they are searching for arms or narcotics or anything, So they want to search, right? And then they'll do their search, right? They are satisfied. You go. There are a few that also take advantage, right? And maybe depending on who you are, they try to, someone say, put a fear of God in you, they try to do all kinds of things, as part of their routine. I mean, it's all well, good for the country. They need to be doing all these kind of things. It's good. They need to make sure that the roads are safe, people are safe, because one of the funny things that happens around, we've had situations, not even heard, there are times we see on cameras and things, people shoot them, people riding on motorbikes, and then the next thing they just shoot somebody, try to attack the person, all kinds of things are happening. So if the police are out there to make sure that if you are holding a gun, you have the right to hold it, it's all well and good for the country. But the extent to which some abuse it, and we cannot say there are no abuses, there are a lot of abuses. The police do a lot of silly things, For instance, especially these, what's the name? These trotro taxi drivers, those MTTD guys and those people on the roads. You see them misbehaving a lot, right? I recall just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was in front of the main LTTD office. And that is a very busy area. The Tudu, Okaishi area, they're very, very busy. Long traffic. What's the problem? Some policeman has removed the keys of a trotro man and he's walked into his office or his residence, and then the car is in the middle of the road and therefore cause traffic. Such indiscipline, total indiscipline on the part of the police officer. You have removed the trotro driver's key and then the car is parked in the middle of the road, a very busy area like that. Not too far from there, another policeman is hitting somebody's car. Stop, stop, stop. You want to ask yourself, what is this?
But if this is true, it's entrapment.
No, you see, the thing is this, that the story doesn't add up. I have problems with the story.
Where does it not add up?
No, first of all, you say that you went to narcotics control. At that night, is it they have that 3 seconds forensic thing?
Instant.
It's not possible. And you cannot just get up and then say, okay, let's go to narcotics control. No, you can't just do that. There are processes that you go through. And then a commander comes. You see, then the commander who should rebuke his officers for demanding 20,000 is rather begging. And you could not take a name or anything of that person.
All the police officers.
You could not take a name.
They went to a police
even
station.
the car number that they are, so which car did they sit in to where? To East Legon or to the Central? You could not take any information. None of the your brother's team, nobody could take even a shot. Right? Just take your phone and take a shot, a picture or something. Come on. The story doesn't add up. All right? That is not to say what he's saying is not true.
The police don't abuse their rights.
You see, that is not to say what they're saying is not true. But yes, because as you say, yes, maybe the trauma and what have you, may not put your senses together immediately to do something. But you say your brother came for about 7 other people. And those 7 people that no one can be identified. And the police put this statement out not this minute, yesterday. And they said they are trying to get in touch with the victim. And till date, we have not received any information that the victim has made himself available to, as it were, come and then give further details and what have you. And are we suggesting that this tape that has gone viral, no one knows the doctor to tell the doctor that
he's a medical doctor
to
for
tell the
crying out
doctor
loud.
to tell the doctor that look, the police have issued a statement and they are asking for somebody who's a better particulars and what have you, for which you can easily go there. I mean, come on, the story doesn't add up. But as I'm saying, that is not to suggest that, you know,
Some police officers,
something has not gone wrong, you know. And then, what do you call it? A military officer walks in there, and then according to him, the policemen were still telling the military officer that if he doesn't pay the 20,000, and the military officer too was quiet about it. And then,
guess what he said? His brother took out a handcuff.
No, he said the guys who came.
No, he said his brother.
No, he said the guys who came. I mean, his brother's guys had handcuffs, so they handcuffed the people.
Yeah, but the brother was so. I mean, what I'm saying, handcuff fool. Look, I've had encounters with police, not just even in Ghana. Some police would be a little bit on the abusive side, okay? But this story, like I said, I've seen people tell me that when they were searched, the policeman came out of his pocket and he had some small bag of weed in his hands. Why would the police entrapple with weed and cocaine? I mean, I'm not saying that people don't have cocaine and weed in their cars, but with all due respect, something must have gone wrong. Okay, but not the story that this gentleman is telling. Look, few police officers would misbehave.
Not few, a lot.
Oh no, few police officers.
Not few. A lot.
Oh, I would say few police officers.
But if the police structure is about how many? About 30,000 or something, and then you have 5,000 misbehaving, you say few.
There's no data that says 5,000. I'm not trying to defend the police. All I'm saying is there are some bad police officers.
Right.
But let us not throw the baby out with the water. He's trying he's trying to impute the integrity of Ghana police.
But what if he was right?
You're not getting McCaffrey.
You're assuming that he's imputing the
guy wasn't beaten.
What if he's
Listen,
right?
The guy wasn't beaten. Right. Hold on. The guy wasn't beaten.
You wanted him to be beaten.
Hold on. No. You say if he is, let that use the word, traumatized, right? He's a freaking medical doctor. He's not just you and I. This is somebody, even when I have an issue, I will go to. All I'm saying is, up to today, this so-called medical doctor, his brother, the military man, okay, they went to East Legon police station. They went to Central police station. To do what? He didn't say whether they went there to lodge a complaint.
I thought somewhere said there was a statement or something.
No, he said they went to Central.
Yes, he said he wrote a statement.
If he wrote a statement, it should be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying that the story doesn't add up. Kafi, let's
that's
not.
What I'm saying. Yeah, it is not. I'm not.
Police officers have asked me for.
It could be a cover-up.
Police officers have asked me to. I'm driving and he stops me and says, "I'm going to Okoko Edi, Oman Bi Ankemedi. If you give me some of your plantain, you know those things are a little. Or say, must sue you for a traffic offense that." They will say, okay, give us this, otherwise we will take you to the Central Police Station.
It's still wrong.
You're not getting my point. What I'm saying is those little nuances, it is with the police. Some police officer would take their powers into their hands and assault you. Those things are what the police will do. But to come up with a story, elaborate story like this, we can't find you. We can't find your brother. We can't find your brother's friends. Your brother's friends are not bold enough to come out and talk. These are military people. What are they afraid of?
Maybe they didn't have permission to leave the military and they came.
You're not getting my point. He said that night. He said, obviously, when the brother came, I'm assuming that he wasn't in a military uniform or the gang. Because if they were, the police would not still go to that level. Okay, unless of course they came in.
It could be also then an unauthorized movement from the military. It could be.
No, you're not getting.
No, but then what the point is that it is not a military movement.
It's the guy's brother brought his guys over.
What I'm saying is that listen, I don't want to. Maybe in that traumatized situation, his words, his choice of words, are not adding up. As I said, this is not to discount that it didn't happen, but the way the story has been narrated leaves room for so many holes.
Well, okay? I think it's now time for our police officers to have body cameras.
Of course, it's important
so that all these things can just be recorded.
You see, the problem is that as I said earlier, we have a lot of these guys who take advantage of the uniform and misbehave. I was just giving you a few examples, right? And at times you wonder the training they go through, and then when such reports comes out, the disciplinary actions that are taken. Because for me, I want to believe that if the police administration is doing the right things, right, we will not be hearing some of this indiscipline on the part of the police. A policeman will stop somebody, then he will sit in the person's car. It is wrong. You don't have a right to sit in the person's car. Which part of the standing orders of the police administration gives you that power?
So more education. More education is needed.
Yeah, you see, but because he thinks he's in uniform, the power of arrest and all that, they can always come out with all kinds of stories. But as I said, I've come into contact with a few of them, right? And they behave professionally. They'll tell you, "Good evening, sir. We are here for X, Y, Z." They say this. Even your own pockets, right? They'll tell you,
take out the
stuff from your pocket. Let's see what is in there.
To me before.
They'll tell them, take out the stuff from more. Then when you take it out, then they only touch it to see if something is left there. Even your wallet.
It is wrong for the police officer to ask you to take. What if you have a weapon? That is not a proper police procedure.
Wait a
That
minute.
is not. No,
Wait
if you are going to talk.
No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
Any police officer.
Kofi, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
To put your pocket.
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
You have a gun.
Kofi, that's what I'm saying. If you have a gun, he's not a single police officer.
No,
they are about four. No, Kofi. I wouldn't agree with you there.
I don't agree with you.
Of course, so maintain your position. Hold your view.
Call any
hold your view.
The standing procedure
that is your opinion. I don't have a problem with your opinion, but you cannot tell me that is wrong. He has every right to search. And the only way he can search you is to ensure. He says remove.
There's a probable cause.
Wait a minute.
You know why the police?
No, wait a minute. You just said that.
You know why the police?
Wait a minute. You just said that you've heard stories of people saying the policeman puts his hands in somebody's pocket and drops something.
Because the policeman is entitled to do that by law. By law.
So then what are you talking about?
By law.
He's entitled to what are you talking about? Please, you just hold on.
Oh,
you hold on.
You hold on. Let's not condemn this police. The police are wonderful police.
Can I take over my own show?
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. You're watching GTV Breakfast. My name is Kafui Day. And it's a nice, healthy conversation here. Kofi Usuhini and Edgar Redu. We're looking at the police story, police investigations into an audio tape on alleged unprofessional conduct by some police officers. What's your experience with the Ghana police at checkpoints? Would love to hear from you. 055-556-1034. Give me the good stories, the bad stories, and the ugly stories. I want to hear everything. Good, bad, ugly. Hashtag tell CAF. All right? What's your experience with police at checkpoints? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me give you a sense of what else is trending in the news, and I'll find out what's on the minds of my very loud gentleman this morning. Yeah, breakfast is working, so they've got lots of energy. So the trends we have right now, as we speak, very interesting trends. And let me see. Pastor Elvis Ajiman, Alpha Hour is trending.
About what?
National Cathedral Ghana is also trending.
Yeah, that one I know is trending. I don't know.
Kusi Boating is trending.
But the Cathedral and Kusi Boating are the same people.
Yes, Doug Hayward Mills.
They are two different.
National Cathedral
is
also trending.
Yes.
If your Schwarzenegger is trending, Shatawale London Bridge is also trending. What's trending in your minds? I'll start with Kofi. What's in your mind?
Look, we are in a country that we've been doing things wrong for a long time, and I think we should do it right. I was hoping that when I came today, you would have used your influence and power to get the crossroads. Some police officer.
It's a work in progress.
The police officer can be called. They stand everywhere at any given time.
I think we need the traffic lights.
And I understand that you
so
say it's a working thing.
We're working on that. Don't worry.
So let's use the police first,
before
and then we can go on the lights. That is what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
The safety of the staff of GBC and everybody
as
a Ghanaian. Okay, we can't sit here and be talking about other people when we don't do the right things either. this is something that is of a national interest. I've seen a guy knocked down at that crossroads, and it was so pathetic. You see, what's it called? You know, they have a tree for a word for it, moja shishi or whatever. This guy will get up and he will fall.
Oh.
He will get up and he will fall.
He's trying to live.
He's trying to live, so struggling.
The will to live.
A Ghanaian, what did he do wrong?
Just cross the road.
Just crossing the road. Because somebody, this is where I will blame the police. If you want me to blame the police, this is an issue, I'll blame the police. Because guess what? The police, do you know what their name is? They are there to protect and serve.
Ghana Police Service. It used to be a force back then.
Yes.
And it's
So
not service.
let me see you serving. Don't go and paint the police headquarters. There's nothing wrong with it. Beautification is good.
For morale.
There are traffic lights between the police headquarters and the fire service.
Yep.
It goes off. Police officer does not even become my sister. His aunt lives on that road. Okay? And guess what?
Oh, you guys have blood.
Guess what? The police officers will be standing in front of the police headquarters gate with a gun. When any commissioner goes through the gate, they will say, yes, sir. But meanwhile, they won't tell anybody to go. I have taken it upon myself. I went all the way to the top. There was a chief inspector called Kakari. I still remember his name because my older brother was called Kakari. Then he told me that, oh, I should go back to Cantonment's police station.
No.
That is what I'm telling. This is what we should tell the police to do. Okay, yes, Dr. Dampare, he's my friend. I like him. But the question is, let's do policing. You are talking about body cams.
Yeah.
How long would it cost to do body cameras for police officers?
For all
in
night
Ghana?
duty checkpoint
No,
people.
all the
Even
time.
all of them on the road.
It's part of their
MTTD.
uniform.
MTTD.
It's part of their uniform.
Exactly. Body
A
cam.
walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
It's only the senior officers who are part of the patrol who has a particular a walkie-talkie. How much is a walkie-talkie? Meanwhile, we have Land Cruisers on the road abusing our peace. Look, you know what? One thing that this man has done that I like, Dampare, Dr. Dampare, he doesn't go anywhere with a motorcade. He hardly, unless maybe it's a ceremonial thing.
And he stays in the queue too.
He stays in the queue. What is this nonsense about people who don't even have any iota about how Ghana is, are given the opportunity to abuse on the Sprinters Road?
Yeah.
It still goes on there.
I've actually seen.
These bank pickups.
Yeah.
These bank pickups.
Yeah.
And that thing I'm telling people, one of these days, it will get out of control. Now they've been empowered. They have military people with submachine guns.
In the pickup, in the bucket.
pickup following them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What if something happens and the military panics?
You should.
We cannot even talk about that. You're telling me about somebody who, whether it's true or not, concocts a story. This is the reality.
It's not a concoction.
No, I'm just
not
not saying.
it hasn't been proven to be concoction. Let's give him the doubt.
He, he has concocted. All I'm saying is the police have to do their job.
Yeah.
I want to see when I'm driving and I look in my mirror, as I do when I go to any other country like Europe or America, I see a police car, I sit right. Because I don't want the police to find any fault at me.
Yep.
Ghana, the police will say, oh, so what kind of policing are we doing? This is the police that I want. Look, the police doing what this man is doing. Police officers are caught doing nonsense in America, in Europe, everywhere. The police, once they have a gun, anybody with a gun has too much power. It's as simple as that. But what I'm saying is there are some basics that the police should get it right. This motto by the other day, here, you know the crossroads.
Yeah.
You know I walk
Yeah.
on that road
Yeah.
most of the time. What's it? Okada people. There are about 10 of them.
Motorbike taxi.
Yes. Then there's a gang of police officers, like you're saying, they take advantage of the vulnerable sometimes. I had packed. I told the police officer, Master, Pacho, money. He moms. Now the
policeman.
a police officer. His name is Owusu.
Oh, you got his.
Sergeant Owusu.
Oh, you got his rank.
Yes, I got his rank.
You're the man.
I'm just saying. Guess what? I told him I'll report him
What
because a police officer should not. I told him you want me to go and cross from the wrong side.
When you told him that you were reporting, what did he say?
He won't get angry.
Oh.
And his gang.
What did they do to you?
They can't do me anything because me, if a police officer punch me, I won't punch you, but I'll make sure that you lose your job.
Yeah, but
Because a police officer, you can't punch me.
No.
You can arrest me, but as long as I don't resist, you can't punch me.
Have you been punched by a police officer
No,
before?
nobody can punch me.
Have they tried to punch you?
No, because like I said, I understand the law. He has the right to arrest me. If I'm not resisting arrest, why are you going to use force?
Let me bring in Edgar. Edgar, what's on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind is quite a lot, but I want to react to a few of the things Kofi said.
Okay.
First of all, you see, as he rightly put it, the law must work. The law must work. Who is making sure that the law works?
The law enforcers must work.
I have talked about this thing before. My brother, we are in this country, years upon years. Traffic lights are not working. Whose duty is to ensure that the traffic lights work?
It's the assembly.
And road safety is the boss. Road Safety Commission.
Yeah, regulators, yeah.
You are the regulator. You have to ensure. Why is road safety sitting there and collecting salary every month and then the lights are not working? And you know the funny thing? The funny thing is that if you do your inquiries, they'll tell you they are waiting for some chip from China. Something I've discussed before. So it means all the engineering students you are producing in this country, they cannot do that chip. We have to go to China. That is why all the lights are not working. And it's nobody's business. Nobody thinks that something has to be done about it. Number two, this bread delivery cars you are talking about.
Bread.
No, is the bank pickups.
The bank.
But they are bread delivery cars.
The bullion vans.
Those are not bullion vans.
No, they are not. No, they are not
They
bullion
are not
vans.
bullion vans.
They are pickups.
They are bread delivery cars.
They are not bullion vans.
My brother, say, talk well.
A bullion car is a bullion car.
You see bread for the truckies there before.
Those
Pickups.
are for bread delivery.
What's your brodo?
Yes. I remember when I was in school.
Oh, how?
When I was in school, these were the kind of cars that were bringing the bread to deliver, every morning, breakfast. So these are bread delivery vans. They are not bullion vans. Don't forget, a year or two ago, the governor gave an order that, I think after one or two incidents,
Yes.
the governor gave an order that,
That
every bank must procure
bullion van.
a bullion van. What has happened? A whole year has passed. Where's the governor's statement? What has happened to the statement by the governor?
So this
The
should be
directive.
an association of Ghana Association of Bankers.
Exactly the
banks
case.
must be following this up.
Exactly the case. So why do you, and you see, by law, it is only the bullion van that can walk through the traffic. These bread delivery cars cannot walk through the traffic. They have to be in the queue. Okay? And it's all part of the abuses that I'm talking about. You get it? So when you have a system, when people have given positions and they are not allied to their responsibility and everybody sits down quietly, what do you expect to happen? Why should, these are internal matters for the police, why should the military follow them?
Thank you.
These are
Meanwhile,
police,
there's a policeman in front of the pickup.
this is a police duty. Why should the military follow?
You're thinking out of the box.
No, you see, it's not a question of thinking out of
Police,
the
military cooperation.
No,
To do
no. There are times.
Would you be happy if they sat in a regular bullion truck?
No, wait a
when I-
minute. No, wait a
No,
minute.
that's the job.
No, wait a
A
minute.
bullion van.
The bullion van requires a police officer. It requires an advanced party. It requires another party at the back, right? That is how the bullion van is supposed to move. Okay? You cannot use a bread delivery vehicle as a bullion car.
You're still on this bread thing.
You must call, but what is it? That is exactly what it is.
It's a customized pickup.
Coffee. Okay, it's a customized pickup. I hear you, but the law requires bullion. It did not require customized pickup.
Okay.
So we must, and I'm saying that it is only when you look inside the Road Traffic Act, the vehicles that can go through that traffic is stated there. It does not include these bread delivery cars.
You're going there again.
You get it? It's a bullion. And the bullion too must move in a certain way. There must be an advanced party, okay, before the bullion comes. And there must be one behind. All right? So all these laws are being broken. And for me, I ask myself the question, so the governor that gave the directive, why is it that his directives are not being complied with and he's still sitting there and enjoying salary? You get it? Yeah, but come to think of the issues, what's actually on my mind today, right, is about my haircut.
But you already have one.
No, this one is about my haircut.
God is your Baba.
You know, and it's so bad and so sad that the authorities in this country have no respect for the ordinary human being. And we all sit down. You see, like my brother, I always tell him, you see, when something,
your uncle, I'm not your
your
brother.
uncle, okay. When something is happening, when something is happening, because maybe it doesn't concern a particular group of people or somebody, we all, it's like, hey, forget it.
Yeah.
Then those who are being affected are the ones that are talking. Then when it shifts and it comes another area, then you want some people to come and then help you. Okay? We have reached a certain level in this country. Okay? And one would have expected that some authority, we must see some serious commitment from the part of our leaders that have led us into this mess. Okay? It's sad to hear that when a matter like this is going on,
The debt exchange program.
exactly, when people's blood have started clotting, the president is on a private visit to London. It's
He went
sad.
to Abu Dhabi first.
Yes, but then from Abu Dhabi, he is going to London for a private visit. When matters like this, people's blood are clotting. When things are getting out of hand, citizens are crying. They don't know where their future is. Someone has to go to school. He cannot go to school because school fees has not been paid. And the school fees was supposed to have been a coupon that should have come at the early days of January so that they could have made payments. They are in the house today. And we are not getting it. You have not heard, we've heard a few stories, but deep down there are other people's stories that have not been told. And the extent to which, is like, take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. These are serious matters. And one of the things that gets me also worried and crazy is the governor suggesting, is he trying to say, the one who has all the books, the one who knows all the entries, the one who knows the performance of all the banks, is he suggesting to say that 2-3 years ago, he did not foresee this thing happening? Is he saying that 2-3 years ago, he, the governor, he did not foresee that this is where we were getting to, for which now the biggest bank in the country will collapse very soon?
How do you know that?
Do you know how heavily Ghana Commercial Bank is exposed?
Where are you getting your figures from?
Where am I getting my figures from? I'm in the financial sector.
So
Me too. I have haircuts to cut.
Tell us your source.
So that is exactly. Let me tell you one thing. It's just that maybe wait and see towards the end or the beginning of the fourth quarter. You begin to see things. Do you know the amount of monies that these people have to pay? Me, I'm expecting my money somewhere 2nd February, and it's clear I won't get because my coupon is due. Okay? And I won't get it.
What will you do?
What can I do? All I need to do is to
Go and pick it.
to you know.
As other people do in
No,
other
what I just
countries.
need to do now is to begin to think differently. Because it's not going to happen. How am I going to survive? If I begin to start organizing some pure water sales or something, I have to do something. I mean, because I cannot sit down and cry. Because the fact is that it's not going to happen. So I need to put my heads together. What can I do to survive? So yes, if I start doing some pure water small business, I have to do so that I can begin some small pens to take care of my family, right? These are issues that we need to be looking at. I'm asking myself the questions. You guys, go and ask the governor. If the governor did not foresee this thing happening, then he's not fit to sit in that office. Number two, he saw it and he failed to talk. He's not fit to sit in that office. Because you are monitoring. Don't forget, when the financial sector cleanup came out, they made it clear to us that they were going to monitor everything, all the investments that they were making, their deposits and what have you, just to make sure that the adequacy ratios are met. Knowing very well that you are the one holding government's money.
What is an adequacy ratio?
There are so many types of adequacy ratios.
Give me the simple one.
You need to, for instance, you have a debt, you have a certain liability. Your investment, you should have a certain, like maybe if your liability is let's say 100.
Money that you owe.
Yes, if it's about 100, you need to have a certain level of reserves.
In your bank.
Not in your bank, in your whatever, your coffers or your investment or whatever,
Okay.
to make sure that when those liability crashes up,
You can
sort them out.
Okay.
So all these things are there that you have to look at, right? And you, the banks, every day you are monitoring. I mean, the central bank, you are monitoring. Okay? So when you sit down and then you tell me as if this thing just came out of them. No, it didn't just come. Kafui, I'll tell you something. In 2018, our problems started in 2018. But the government has always been lying to us. They are always cooking different figures. There is this IMF boss. Maybe you can easily get in there. Mashoud Ahmed. Mashoud Ahmed in 2018 said this is what is going to happen to Ghana based on the way we were borrowing. And all that Mashoud Ahmed said is what is happening today. In that report that Mashoud Ahmed gave out, he talked about the fact that we may have to approach the Paris Club. And that is what we are doing today.
Paris Club are the creditors.
The G20, the world, those big, rich
club,
the rich nations, right? And in that document that he put out, he did state that look, it will be difficult to get these creditors without bringing in China. And bringing in China was going to be a problem. And exactly what the man said in 2018 is what is happening today. Everything he said, that we shall face this problem, we'll do this debt issue will come in, blah, blah, blah. Go into that report, 2018. He said, he titled the debt crisis looming. This was in April 2018. All these things were said. And those are the things we call prophecy. Yeah? And everything that he said in that document is happening today. Mashoud Ahmed.
Kafui, you know what? There was a picture of an armored vehicle. Okay, maybe if they can put it back. Let me tell you what. Armored vehicles don't even need an escort to lead or stay behind because the vehicle is armored. When armored vehicles are moving, the proper standard, what I have been exposed to, even the Bank of Ghana has armored vehicles. Bank of Ghana, when they are moving monies across the country, the only thing is for time and traffic, they will use an escort. But in most civilized and advanced countries, armored vehicles, there is the driver, there's an escort in front, then there are protectors in the trunk.
Are you suggesting that we are not civilized and developed?
Well, obviously, we are. What are we doing?
Oh no, the Bank of Ghana has it.
No, that's why I said Bank of Ghana.
Yeah, Bank of Ghana.
I said apart from.
So they are civilized.
I said yes. Apart from them, the traffic that they use, the escorts. Ordinary, you don't need that. Okay. Guess what? Let me tell you what. Do you know how armored vehicles are support? The people protecting the money. Even when you stop the car, the person in front, the driver, probably will be exposed. You can kill them. But the two in the trunk would never open it for you to come and take anything.
No, these people also have one. How do you call it? Precious mineral.
No, this man even has one. The man even he has some other ones.
That's what they use. Yeah, mantra.
Mantra.
The precious minerals people have one that they use to move their gold.
The gold, yes. I'm just saying, we know the right thing.
Every bank should have one.
Every bank should, no, maybe a group, a consortium can buy one. I don't know how much it is. But to me, the banks, the way they are, everybody needs one. To move money, not to use the military. I am very, very afraid. In Ghana, we will sit and let an issue happen. Hey, Ghana. God is tired though. God is tired. God has serious business.
Ghana distress them.
Too much. We distress them. Because everything, even when the Black Stars are going to play, the other teams are doing warm-up. Then they will have to, your opponent is warming up to do better things. I mean, why? We worry God too much. Look, time has come. You see, this is what I say. I saw Ghana when I was growing up as a kid. As you were asking us about the rhyme. I went to a proper day nursery in Kumasi called Queen Elizabeth's Day Nursery. A proper day nursery, not these ones that they say daycare that they are doing. Proper one, when I was a kid in Kumasi.
What is a proper day nursery?
Oh, the ones that I went to.
Describe it.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. Not these ones they are doing. Are you getting my point? When the ones that I went to, it was so wonderful. The people were caring. You could see that this was their calling. Not this thing somebody wants to go and make quick money and go and sell or do their own private business. These were dedicated nursery teachers or attendants. So they had time for the kids. Okay, Ghana has worked before. So I get angry when people tell me as if we can't do it better. Look, my older brother went to Lagos. They used to sleep two in a room.
Even me.
Hold on. Guess what? They gave them a full chicken and then they will split it. Lagos. The people who are saying that the people who are not in charge making noise about the younger people. They used to have a whole chicken. Okay, they had a good life. They gave them monies. What I'm saying is, why are we doing this to ourselves?
You have the wrong human beings
Jesus Christ
occupying the positions that the right human beings must occupy. You see,
where are the right human beings?
You see the
why
politics.
are they not there?
You see the politics,
I'm one of them.
The politics that we do in
Stand
this
for
country,
something.
You see, the politics that we do in this country.
I've told you
follow you,
before.
right?
The reason why I will not stand for an election in Ghana, the process will not allow me to accuse anybody.
You see, let me tell you something here. And I was saying that one of the problems that we also have is the fact that my uncle here, he's made noise in this country for far too long. The Consumer Protection Bill, which has never seen the light of day. If we had rallied behind him and all that, and then that bill had gotten to Parliament, all these unfortunate events that are happening to us, that law would have protected us. It's the same thing that in UK, when the governments were doing all manner of things against citizens, the Consumer Protection Act was passed there. And that Consumer Protection Act protects the citizens against some of these things, right? But for us, it is like everything in this country is money. Everybody just wants money. So making sure that the problems that will salvage us tomorrow is done today, we are failing to see it. And when tomorrow comes and then we are suffering, then we got a problem. One very good friend of mine, he's a doctor at, police hospital. He always makes a statement. He says, Edgar, you know what? These IGPs that are there, when they are sick, they'll fly them to Cromwell. They'll go there. But they forget that when they're on retirement, they'll come to police hospital. When they are the IGPs, instead of them to ensure that the police hospital comes up to its standard, because they'll go to Cromwell, they forget it. Today, when you come, even gloves, you yourself, you have to go and buy opposite the police hospital. There's some pharmacy there, you will go and buy the gloves and then you bring it. That is the kind of Ghanaian that we are. We are interested in positions. We are interested in titles. We are interested in degrees. I remember one man was being called to a program, and then the panelist was like, "Oh, is it Mr. X?"
So no.
He said, "No." He says Mr. X, then you say Doctor. Mr. X, then the man will say Doctor. Mr. X, and he say Doctor, and then he he wants you to call him Doctor X. Yeah, that is Ghana for you. These are the things we believe in.
Edgar, you're talking about the police hospital and the gloves. Do you know when your cousin died? I was so sad, and I was so ashamed. Kavi, the police mortuary here, my nephew died. When we went there, the police mortuary did not have a body bag. Listen to me, body bag to put a body in it for us to take it to Kolebu, because they said they couldn't do the autopsy there. Guess what? A sergeant at the counter was smart enough to go and buy the body bag. See, he asked them, he sold one to me. At the same mortuary.
They didn't have a body bag.
The police didn't have it. I'm saying this.
When was this?
Oh, when did he die? Maybe 5 years, 6 years ago.
Look, this country, you see, the people we put in positions. At times, I ask myself, what are the indicators? What is the appointing authority looking for which he says that Mr. A should go and sit in this office? What is it that they are really looking for?
Let me get on the line right now and speak with a gentleman who was in the police service and is currently a member of parliament, the Honourable Member of Parliament for Wa West, Mr. Peter Lanchina Tobo. Good morning, Happy New Year to you. Your former institution is in the news, unfortunately not for the right reasons. How does that make you feel?
Good morning, my dear brother, and many happy returns. I do pray that 2023 will bring better hopes to the people, and all of us can contribute to our culture to make Ghana a better place.
Thank you very much.
Anytime, I've retired from the police, but I'm not tired in the area of security. So whatever I do in my life, the over 25 years of experience in the world in the area of security, of course, by thinking, and I always believe in the statement made by no reason.
Can you please position yourself a little bit so that we can hear what you are... Yes, we hear you loud and clear right now. So the police is currently in the news for an allegation of some kind of entrapment, narcotics. Somebody's claiming that they planted stuff in his car. Did any such reports come to your notice when you were in the service?
Thank you very much. I listened to the audio. I read a statement from the police to become the investigate the matter. And I was able to connect that to a statement made by one former police in the Bombuano. He made a call to the police service that people should stop planting drugs on innocent citizens and extorting money from them. It tells you that it is an ill that is within the police organization, and the police organization that is more than 40,000 people, and even expect you find angels. And this is an organization that is providing security, internal security for this country. It's an organization that is ensuring that law and order works in this country. So once in a while, when you find one or two who are becoming unprofessional, it is time for all of us as a people to join the police administration to ensure that such characters are kicked out of uniform for the safety of all of us. So it's a duty for every citizen to use uniform. When you find a character, whatever it takes for us to kick such out, we should do that as a responsibility.
Did this ever happen in your time when you were serving? Did you have any reports of this nature?
Well, I'll get together as unprofessional conduct. That's several unprofessional conduct on daily basis. But if talking of a particular one like planting of a attack on a person, I'm not experienced.
Okay.
Sometimes we hear. And I just the statement. I want to believe that the victim and the soldier who was involved will easily get to the police headquarters and provide some evidence and some information to ensure that this matter is gotten to the book and the people who are involved brought to the book and dealt with.
All right.
Let's say it and leave it. If we don't support the police to get to the bottom of this matter, this character will continue and probably tomorrow, but talking to me, it could be you. It could be me tomorrow. So let's ensure that we support the police to kick them out.
All right. Before I let you go, there's an issue also of these pickups, customized pickups that are being described as bread vans that carry money from wherever, be it Bank of Ghana to the bank or the bank to Bank of Ghana. There was a directive by the Bank of Ghana that banks use standard bullion vans. It appears that we see a lot of these heavily militarized pickups, soldiers with submachine guns on the back of these pickups transporting money through town. Kofi Kapito is not really happy, and other Ghanaians are not really excited about this whole thing. What's your thought? How can Parliament help to make sure that the right thing is done?
I personally get disappointed anytime I find 3, 4, 5 soldiers in a pickup following a customer van that is presumed bullion van. Why is the essence that you can have 5 soldiers released from the Ghana Armed Forces to be following a makeshift bullion van in this era? The instruction was clearly made by the Bank of Ghana. That if you are a bank and you are getting involved in this, if you cannot afford bullion van, then probably you are not really in business. And these are private companies that have been hired to do these things. I remember one time the former police, Mr. James Opombuano, gave a woman on meeting. The police regulation said, if it is not a bullion van, please don't sit inside. You are risking your life. So all the young men and women who sit in those vans, they are not professionally built. They are risking their lives, and it's very unprofessional. In fact, it is unlawful. But what do? Here we are as a country. Today, the police are saying that, okay, we are not going to sit in those vans. They are giving us soldiers to be providing security for them. Is that a solution? Absolutely not. The solution is that let's do what is right. Let's go for what is called a bullion van, and not a makeshift van or pickup. Customized into what we call a bullion van. That a bullion can easily penetrate. We are not serious as a country. Let's do what is right, and all of us be enjoying the life of the country.
We'll leave it here. Thank you so much. Former Superintendent of Police, who served as Executive Secretary to the former IGP David Asante Apietu from 2017 until he resigned and went into the House. He resigned in 2019 and then went into politics. He's now an MP for West. The Honorable Peter Lancheni Tobo talking about this audio involving this gentleman who alleges that the police tried to put some stuff in his car during a checkpoint. And then these Edgar's bread vans masquerading as bullion vans. I call them customized pickups, but I think I'm more diplomatic than Edgar. He says it must not be allowed to happen. I'm going to take your messages briefly, and then we'll wrap it up. Remember, there's a conversation on something that only me and Kofi Kapito and Edgar can do here, and all the other men donate sperm. Okay, so there's a sperm donation conversation coming up. There's also a debt exchange conversation coming up. But let me go to the message board. It's over flooding with. Can you say over flooding, or it's just flooding? It's flooding with messages. 055-556-1034. Look at them. Plenty. All right, let's go. This story doesn't add up. The policemen misconducting themselves, and he didn't report them to a higher authority, especially now that the police is active on all social media platforms. Why is his brother, who is claimed a military man, why didn't he escalate the case and cause the arrest of the policeman? They take it to the narcotics board, and the fingerprints of the police were found on the drugs, and nothing happened. They attempted extorting money from his brother, who is a military guy, and he slapped them, handcuffed them, and later released them to go. No military guy will handcuff criminal policemen with cocaine trying to implicate a civilian, and he allowed them to go. So their commander even came and did nothing after he found those policemen with cocaine trying to implicate and extort money from him. This is like the script for a whole movie, man. Man, I admire you so much. What a message. My message for the day. More messages coming up. Good. Lottie Jones. You think the cathedral is a scheme to soil the image and integrity of senior Ghanaian pastors. All right. Thank you so much for that. AMG Rafina. Please, this man and his soldier brother should not hide behind this tape and come out. I don't want to think it's politics to get at someone. Oh, okay. All right. Speculations are going on. Joseph Akwe. Good morning, CAF. The complaint by a doctor of some police officers planting narcotics in his car is hollow. This is a typical case of giving a dog a bad name and hanging it. Ni Akwe, North Carolina. Please don't send us... okay, this is a picture. Allegation of police planting weed cocaine in people's vehicles, police administration. On the allegation of police planting weed and cocaine in people's vehicles, the police administration has initiated investigations and asked for public assistance. Yes, they have, indeed. They have, indeed. Thank you. Whether it's true or not, it all happens sometimes. Good morning, GTV. The story you just heard, now imagine it was for real. What should Ghana police do? All right. Good morning, CAF. Good morning to you. Some police officers are fond of doing that, but the doctor seems not to be too intelligent, you say, in his narration. He couldn't even explain the fingerprint. Listen, he doesn't belong to the Queen. So, commenting on his language, that's where we major in minors. Let's look at the meat of the issue and not worry about whether he went to international school or primary school or Saito and his English is this or that. We're not English people, please. I like your comments, but let's major on the majors. I have great respect for the higher-ranked, well-trained police officers, but I wonder sometimes where the low-ranked police force has been recruited from. I was recently stopped standing in traffic by a young police rascal, I don't call him an officer, dressed like a gang member on a motorbike with an army helmet. He refused to give his rank and number, refused to take his sunglasses off. He claimed I passed through a red light and he would march me to his station. I stated we passed through orange, which was allowed. He had the guts to report me on his mobile phone. I have arrested a white man driving, He's with some black women, which is my wife, who is also trying to disturb. I refused and continued driving to the airport police station to file a complaint. Regional commander called him to report to his office, but he refused to come to him. I received an apology from the commander and was allowed to leave. Coming out, the rascal was fuming, but we just left. Gifty Achampong. Great service. Potholes on the highway to Accra, PSFN, Kimbo, slowing traffic. Who is in charge? Good question. Mahamaba Kojo from Iswam. If only the president wants his cathedral to be built, he will really listen to this respectable bishop. Dagwood Hayward Mills is in the news talking about the cathedral. So yeah, that's where that comes from. Please don't send us voice notes here. We cannot listen to them. We don't get speakers or earphones. Hello, GTV, especially MTTD, Accra Central Police Division. The police broke my license, which is a state property, wanted to take my key. For lack of knowledge, my car is pushed to start. All he said is, I parked at a bus stop incorrectly. You know, push start is where you press the button. So the man took the key but couldn't move the car. Wow. Technology will embarrass you. The issue of police dropping drugs in people's pockets is real. It happened to me in Sunyani. But God being so good, I had friends that defended me. A policeman will act like searching you, and by so doing, he'll put weed in your pocket and ask for money. Unprofessionalism among police officers is high. Good morning. With due respect to these old gentlemen, the story about the police issue can be true because these issues normally happen to young guys and young men because policemen normally respect and fear old men who look rich and responsible. You guys look rich and responsible with these thick beards that you have. It's not even funny. All right. Okay. So my name is Tiki from Konongo. Ghana police sometimes come by their own power, two in uniforms, and add up their area friends to come and scatter at the ghetto. And they will never take you to the police station, but will bargain with you and have the money. Shall they scatter? I hear that word, chair. He should tell me which act of police law says that a policeman should put his hand into your pocket. I think that man has something to do with the police. That's why you always defend police people. But we know in Ghana, police people are not doing the right job. Not all police are doing the wrong thing. Ghana police really don't do their jobs. They're only there to chase weed smokers. Okay. We don't do F words here. That man there is shouting too much. I guess the police never treated him bad. I'm really surprised at Uncle Kofi's take on this story. The police statement is expected as they try to deal with the matter in-house and maintain some public integrity. You think the police are 100% corrupt? No, I don't think so. 70% evil? No, I don't think so. I know good policemen. Good morning. The old man is really making sense. Which of them? We are three. We are three old men.
I'm the oldest.
Which of us is making sense?
I'm the oldest.
Okay, all right. Please, the man in white doesn't know anything about security. I don't think so. He knows a lot about security. My dad was a police officer, CID, during the 70s to 90s in the northern region. I'll not lie, he was the best, and the people attest to his conduct at home. He made sure things were done right. I have 5 of my brothers in the police service today who are executing the same behavior with enemies because they are different. My dad never took a bribe, to the extent where my mom was angry with him when people came around with their problems. The police today is not serious. Okay, so yeah, shout out to your dad, man. I'm really enjoying the discussion. But with Kofi Kapito, any police officer who punches me will lose his job. He's saying that because he knows the big men. What of we who don't know anyone at the top? Okay. Somebody has given us example of a bullion van. Okay, example of a bullion van. Yo, thank you so much. Good morning. This is Francis from Kaswa. Truth is, Ghana police doesn't respect the law. So last time I called them to make a complaint about bribery case, and they told me to record a video as evidence. The police personnel deployed at traffic intersections nowadays do not work, but do only one thing. They're always on their phones, checking vehicle insurance and extorting money from drivers whose insurance might have expired. They should be serious. Hello, King Cav. Really enjoying? What are you enjoying? We shouldn't be quick defending these Ghana police, because I remember last year a similar issue evolved on social media, but this time was a video, and this man was evoking lots of curses, okay, throwing curses on police officers who allegedly put weed in his car. Please don't curse anybody, just report them to the authorities. You think the police audio is not authentic? Fingerprints cannot be lifted at narcotics control. More. There's so many waste, there's so much waste in the system. We should be less wasteful, I guess. A couple more and I'm done. You're talking about white supremacy. Okay, Asante Empire, Egyptian civilization. I'll take time and read this. It has nothing to do with what we are doing, but it looks interesting. As a psychology student and a student of sociology, the whole story of the audio is fake. What did the doctor go to the police stations to do? Is there any report of the incident at the stations? So you're punching holes. You're punching holes in the story. Okay. And you're advising Edgar to stop repeating what we all know and profess solutions to those challenges. He's not in charge of Ghana. Edgar's in charge. He has no executive power. He can't command anything. He can't make laws. He can't, he's an ordinary citizen expressing his mind. Please cut some slack to my people, man. I beg you. They sacrifice to come here. Please, talk is cheap. Okay, all right. My messages have stopped giving me. It's a sign from above that I should stop the messages. So thank you so much for all your messages. It's great. Let's keep them coming in on 055-556-1034. Let me go back and then wrap this up quickly, gentlemen. So please hold what I gave you while I just wrap up on the next
Your
issue.
refined charcoal.
Yes, my charcoal. So we've got a conversation on understanding debt restructuring. We've got a sperm donation story, and I do see my friends from the Ghana Blind Union who are in the studio. I'm sure there's going to be a conversation. But we do have Jay on the line right now for keeping an eye before we step out. Jay, good morning. You've been trying to talk to me, and I've not been listening. I'm a bad boy. Forgive me. Jay, good morning.
Thank you so much, Alfie. So it's been a very great one. You're still watching hashtag.
Thank you so much, Kafui. So it's been a very great morning. You're still watching hashtag GTV Breakfast. Welcome to the La Wireless area. And behind me, you can see the pitch of the future that will play for Ghana, and maybe in the next CHAN tournament you see them playing, but that's not why we are here. We are speaking about a sanitation situation that's developing for the residents here who stay in the area. Unfortunately, this place is supposed to be a transit point before it gets to the main dam site, but the rubbish here stays for a while before it moves to the main area. So I'll just like to draw your attention to the rubbish site itself, and you see that it's a mixture of degradables. Some you can burn. With the eye in the sky, you see the plastics which have been separated from the hard material, so that one can be recycled later, I hope. And then we see some rubbish being burnt at the moment. What the chief complaint here at the moment is the fact that when the rubbish stays here for a while, it may lead to a crisis in the sense that there may be some cholera outbreak which may affect residents who stay in the area. Of course, seeing stuff like this, there should be a routine pickup point so that it doesn't stay here, then it moves to the main dump site. I'm here with one of the residents in the area. He's the commander of Ghana's comedic forces. That's what he likes to call himself. He says another one, but I can't say that one. So I'd like to welcome MJ the comedian to the Breakfast Show. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you too?
Oh, by his grace, or yourself?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, so I'd just like to ask, how are things in the town?
Yeah, this is how we like it in the town. Okay. We are very okay. And as you can see yourself, you can witness the transit point. And the goods and the land that are brought here, they stay for a very long time. You get me? They stay for a very long time. And we are not complaining. We are not complaining.
We are not complaining.
We are enjoying the luggages being here, and as you can see, just behind me is the AU Villa that President Kufuor built. Ghana. There are rich people there. But you know one beautiful thing? When the luggages come here, right, the smell that comes out, it doesn't go there because there is smell proof. So the smell doesn't jump, it doesn't pass through the wall. You get me? So the people there are okay. And then those playing the ball too, they wear nose masks. So all those smell and things doesn't get to them. And then the people in town, in case there is cholera outbreak and everything, the people will not get it. The leaders are okay, they like what is going on, and we the citizens, we also like it. So what we are saying is that they should keep the luggages here for us. We will be coming time to time to visit it, and it's more or less like a tourist attraction. If not because of that, would you have been here? You wouldn't have been here, because it's a nice place, a good site to look at. So we are saying, authorities in charge, we thank you so much. This is La Wireless, and we the people here, we are not complaining. We love how it is going in the town. Usually we do parties and things here. Some of the politicians and the leaders here, we do parties here. We did a birthday party just last night, and this place was cleared neatly before you came. So you could see that the place...
And then I can tell the perfume is also amazing, because very standing amazing. Here, I don't know if I get to the office, I don't know, the send up
no,
PMH
your friends will be like, are you coming from Dubai? Wow, you smell good though. That is it. That's what we like here. So usually when I leave here, I remove my clothes and keep them for future reference.
But you said a lot of things, but before we leave you, like, what would you really like to say to the authorities, please?
On the reality, this is not good for the people. Reason I did a couple of videos to post out there is because I have a little platform which I can also use to help my community. And then the leaders in power, the leaders in authority, we as youth, we as children of the nation, we need to be strong, we need to be healthy, we need to be sound, we need to be okay. And these are the things that would bring us down. It's not all about politicians promising us a lot of things, right? These are the things we want them to leave the community. We can't be staying, like you can't have human beings living with Bola. It'd be like one way or the other, the rubbish has come to rent this place. And we have also rented, and the rubbish is paying more rent than us. That's why the landlord is keeping the rubbish here.
Anyway, so this is what the residents here are facing at the moment. It's a looming sanitation crisis for the residents here in La Wireless area. MJ, in wrapping up, like, do you have anything else you'd like to say in like 30 seconds?
Okay, I would want to say that authorities, leaders, people who can help keep each community clean, not just clean, things, project that needs to be accomplished. See, let's put politics aside. This that I'm doing personally, people have come to attack me already, saying that is I'm politically motivated, which is not politically motivated. We as human beings, we know that things must be done right. So please, I beg you, whoever is in authority and has the power to do one or two things for the people to live well, please do it. And let us live peacefully and happily. That is what we want for Ghana.
But then again, I'm sorry about this, but I don't know, you just said something. How does that make you feel when people think you are trying to raise awareness and they feel it's politically motivated? How does that make you feel? How do you deal with it?
One, as a citizen and not a spectator, I feel embarrassed. I'm not shocked. I knew things like this would come up. I feel embarrassed for the people because they can't justify or they cannot think and know that this is not politically motivated. These are things that we as human beings need to fix it, right? We shouldn't put everything about Ghana into politics. Ghana is bigger than politics. And we, the citizens, we are bigger than politics. If you are NDC or MPP and your party is doing the wrong thing, you need to tell them in the face. That will make you a citizen and that will make you a human being rather than defending the things that are wrong. So I beg whoever you are, if you are in your community and you see that there are projects that are being abandoned, right? There are projects that are being abandoned that actually needs to be fixed to help not just the people around. Let me take you quickly to the trade fair.
Well, now let's deal with this one. We'll deal with the trade fair. We'll deal with that one. But you said a lot of things. I have one person here. Let me just give him a minute. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Please, your name?
I'm Kirk.
Kirk, how are you doing? So we are talking about the rubbish dump over here and how it's affecting you guys. In like a minute, anything on your mind you like to say, just brief us about it.
Just imagine people playing football here. These people are playing football to keep fit. And then at the end of the day, when the ball roll over here, someone will come and then pick the ball here. At the end of the day, the person will contract a disease, most definitely. And these are the same people who are going to grow up and then become our future stars. So how do you expect people trying to get healthy, get close to this kind of thing? It's very, very upset, and then I think they should do something about it.
Okay. But is there a way they can just move the dump site from here to somewhere else? Have you spoken to authorities about that so that it doesn't remain here instead of so that it's like maybe every day they just move it to another place?
I don't think it's actually possible, but the only thing they can do is just be consistent in taking the rubbish away. In doing any problem with contracting any sickness or any other stuff. That's the only thing. Being consistent in picking up the rubbish. That is all.
So the transit should be fast. They should pick it up consistently. This is what the residents here are saying. I've been joined by MJ, the comedian, Commander-in-Chief of Ghana's Comedic Forces, and Kek. He's also a resident here in the Wireless area. We've been bringing you this Keep an Eye report from the area, and this is the situation. So we are final appeal to the authorities in the area to come and help them and move this rubbish as quickly as possible from this place. So this is what we have for you this morning. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you, MJ, the comedian, and all of you in that part of town where rubbish is just overwhelming my people. There are conversations on understanding the debt restructuring, sperm donation. But before we wrap up the headlines, I want you to hold this stuff again for me. Mm-hmm. So this is charcoal.
Yeah.
Guess what it's made of?
Plastic.
It looks like plastic.
Fecal matter.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's feces. Yes.
How polished is it? How refined?
Well, so it was treated with chlorine, and then carbonized at like 450 degrees Celsius, and then it was bonded together with like starch. This is from Heritage Christian College.
Okay.
And they are using this as part of their innovation. So this is charcoal that they made from human waste.
But the fumes from charcoal, is it really good for the human body?
This thing has been treated. You smell it.
No, what I'm saying is, no, but I mean, at the end of the day,
it's just the ozone thing that.
yes, because at the end of the day,
We'll use this to grill our chicken.
Okay.
And
of course, I mean, then we have the ones that are imported. Which
indeed,
are kind of
yeah. So this is Ghanaian innovation.
Ghanaian innovation.
Yeah. So nothing goes to waste. When I gave it to my people here, they say, "Hey, I can't touch this."
Oh, but then this will be good though. If this is what is happening, then the fecal,
fecal matter, just waste.
Then they should go to the secondary schools, the VTIM, and then...
where they don't have the correct toilets. Ibrigans is looking for you. Ibrigans is looking for you. Listen, we can't end this show without... there's a special presentation that's going to be made right now. And if you do remember on our show, the Ghana Blind Union made a passionate appeal for white canes. This is like a serious shortage of white canes in the system. And a lot of you responded. And one of the respondents to this appeal is seated right here on the desk with us because the chief executive of the Consumer Protection Agency did promise. He sent a message way back to me privately and said, listen, we're going to make this happen. We're going to contribute a quota. He just cannot stand aside that blind people, visually challenged people without the canes to access, make mobility improved. And so he's put his money where his mouth is. And this morning, Kofi Kapito, we're so proud of you because there's a presentation that you're going to make to the Ghana Blind Union led by their boss right here. So,
interesting.
Kofi?
Kaf, this is where I think we as Ghanaians, we should always come to the aid of the needy. It's not by choice that somebody is either born blind or as they grow up, they become blind. A lot of people don't even treat glaucoma that early. So before they could say Jack, they turn blind. accidents can make you go blind and all that. A guy like Ray Charles. Ray Charles was not born blind. Ray Charles, after the death of his younger brother, that is when, you know. So it is good that we support our brothers. To me, they told a story that, which is funny, and that maybe that's why we don't take blindness as a serious thing. And they said they told the guy went to the doctor. The doctor says if you don't take care of your knees, you will die. He said, "Oh, really?" And then he said, "Oh, if you don't take care of your eyes, you will go blind." He said, "Oh, I can walk." Then he said, "Oh, if you don't take care of your BP and stuff, later you become impotent." He said, "Hey!" So we are more interested in
sex
becoming than
vision.
Yeah. So the day that I was watching from the house, I promised that I'll make available 100 canes of the white cane to the blind union of Ghana. And it's not just going to stop there. I would urge friends of mine to contribute for us that at least every blind person in Ghana who wants a white cane should get one.
Indeed.
And I've also engaged them that it's not just getting the cane, it's also educating people about the usage and why we should respect the white cane when we see somebody with a white cane. Zebra crossings, drivers don't even observe them because they don't even understand the white cane. But in other jurisdictions, the moment you see the white cane,
You stop.
You stop, because if you don't stop, you'll be in serious trouble. So this morning, that is basically thanks to you bringing the show to my house. That is what GBC, I'm glad that you are doing what you're doing, and keep doing what you're doing so that other people, not just me, would support not just the blind people, but anywhere they cause in the country.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, so I think I can give you a hug.
No problem.
Yeah, man. Your nephew will give you a hug soon. But let's go and make the presentation. Dr. Peter Obeng someone is here.
Yes.
Dr. Peter.
Yes, sir.
Yes, let me just, Ghana, we shake from the right to the left. So let's shake you. Congratulations. Hello, good morning. It's Kafui here. Yes, sir. Kafui.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Doc. Officer Ba? Yes.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. And that's Kofi.
We meet again.
Thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
We meet again.
We are very grateful.
Doc, it is about time that, we had a discussion yesterday.
Yes, we did.
And Kaf, I promised not just the white canes, but to be part of the organization.
Right.
You see, to me in Ghana, people in authority needs to be pushed and understand that they are also part of the society. They vote.
Of course.
Yeah, we do.
They vote.
You voted last time?
Yes, I did.
They vote.
Yes, we all voted, all of us here.
And I was surprised to know that they say they have a membership of about 23,000.
Yes.
So if 23,000, if they come together, no political party can disrespect them.
You can swing.
Because 23,000 votes can